Hi guys, how are you doing tonight? Thank you very much for joining me this November the 1st, about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Manitoba, Canada. Do you guys want to say hi to my guest star here? She's biting me right now. I've got Luna till about Sunday. My parents had to head out of town. And even though she's my dog, right, she's a lot happier with my folks and they have a lot more time for her. And I think my parents are a lot happier with her as well. So I've got Luna for the weekend. She's my little baby. She doesn't leave my side. She's very, very happy to be here with me today. So guys, thank you once again for joining me. And this is November the 1st. So it's a new month. Therefore, we're going to do a very good month-end review. See what we can conjure up. See if we can remedy anything. See if we could come up with a battle plan, perhaps, for the month of November. I think it's going to be a very explosively volatile end of November. Not sure about the first few weeks. Might be consolidation. I mean, we did just spike up $3,000, right? That's a 43% surge, right? If you hold down shift on TradingView, pull it up to the top, that's how you get your 43% surge right there. Huge one. So guys, today we're going to walk down the line and do a very quick summary of how everything has been looking thus far. So guys, let's get into it right away. And by the way, if you guys don't know, you guys should get the merch, the baby whale gear. I'm only going to have it just for the holidays. And I think after, I guess the end of the year, it's going to be taken out. Incredibly soft. A lot of people have purchased it already. And you guys know 10% of the profit is going to go towards a no-kill shelter because I love animals like her. You want to say hi, Luna, to the camera? And the other 90% is I'm just going to buy a bunch of t-shirts and just give them away to random followers and just give away swag. So it's actually for not profit whatsoever. It's just kind of a little project that I have here going on the side. People are in love with these sweaters. I've been wearing mine. I got like a lot for me, right? Because my batch came in. I've just been giving it away. Super comfortable and very warm. Washed it, just tested it a few times already, and it's just incredible how it comes out of the wash. Anyways, if you guys are curious, check out the link below. And do me a favor, guys. If you're enjoying the type of new content that I'm producing for you, I highly... If you're enjoying the content, it takes me a lot of time to plan these videos for you, believe it or not. I don't just wing it. I actually plan it with a lot of detail. And today, we're going to actually walk down the line. And when I say that, that's referring to going from the highest time frame to the lowest time frame. And we're going to see what we can figure out together. She's getting cranky because I'm moving her. Do you guys see her right here? Let me show you how it looks on the left, the right camera. She's just right here in my arm. She doesn't ever leave me. Yeah. So anyways, let's get on with this technical analysis today. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the month. And the monthly candle is just gorgeous, okay? So it's a very beautiful candle. Sure, we lacked volume, but that's somewhat expected in my opinion when we are on the downside, right? And we're trying to level off to find support. We did go up from, $3,000 to $13,000. Doesn't that blow you guys away when you actually think of how much it has gone up? Since December the 1st of 2018, like since last year basically, right? Or whenever that was. I think it was on December the 17th actually it started. Yeah, it was December the 17th, I remember. So guys, in literally almost a year now, with 10 months, we have gone from $10,000 or from $3,000 to $13,000. Doesn't that just blow you away when you think about how volatile crypto is in general? I mean, let's take a look at the market cap right now. Okay? 247, I'm guessing. 248, close. Okay. So Bitcoin is just looking amazing. You can just see the curvature of all of it. And the graph's just looking great for all coins across the board. And of course, we're in consolidation right now, so we're not going to see double-digit changes. EOS did something fairly significant in the past 24 hours. Stellar did. Stellar, right? They're up about 5%. Their total Neo went up about 4%. So some alts are having a rally, which is nice. So what I always do CoinMarketCap is I check out the 24-hour trending volume. They go to historical data. So right now we're taking a look at the volume, and of course we're dwindling in volume because we're more so on the low side of a correction. So it usually, to me, it usually means that the sell-off is almost done, right? Until the volume, if it picks up in volume, of course it can go either way, right? But right now, because it's dwindling from 32, 30, 28, 27, 26, 24, I personally believe we're leveling off. So just to summarize how the monthly looked, okay? The monthly touched almost the 200 moving average, but that's clearly where we ended up finding support in October, right? Oh, sorry, that's the 3-day. Let me go to the monthly, guys. Okay. We ended up finding support, pretty decent support actually, right above the 13 EMA. The purple one's 13 and the green one is 8. Okay, so we poked right below the 8 and the 13 EMA, and this candle right here is called a bullish spinning top. And a bullish spinning top, just as an example, the body could be small, it could be big, sometimes, like, really depends, okay? But that's kind of what a bullishly spinning top is. It could be a bearishly spinning top at the end as well, right? Where you're getting pretty much a wick that's equal on both sides, to the downside and the upside. So, yeah, so this is a good picture, right? Just to show you right here, that's a bullish spinning top, that's a bearish spinning top. And these are usually trend reversal candles. If you look at it anywhere here, right? This one barely count. It doesn't really count in my opinion at all. Okay, because we're talking about the end of a massive rally here as well. That's not really a bullishly spinning top because we haven't had a series of major sell-offs yet, right? And the wick is too small for me to consider it that. But here, it's relatively in a very good position to the point where, yeah, this could absolutely be a reversal candle right here for the month. So we ended up downtrending all the way to roughly 0.618 Fibonacci ratio, right around here, around the golden ratio. And according to RSI, it's not looking the best, I have to admit. But then again, I don't really expect this to even cross over at all if we're in a bullish market. I expect this to just kind of curve right to the upside and go higher. So that's my anticipation right now to around December the 17th. I think that we're going to get a nice rally. We almost grazed this, right? And that was just a beautiful thing to see people reacting in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci level. And if you look on, for example, the weekly as well, everything's looking gorgeous. I mean, it's very difficult to argue with this freaking candle right here, right? Not only that, on the weekly, we've been talking about finding support at the 55 EMA. Do you guys see her? She's literally asleep on my arm right now. I don't think you guys even see her on the right camera because it's too small, right? Or too dark. But do you guys see her right here? Ow! You're not gonna bite your dad, are you? She gets mad whenever she's sleeping on me and then I move. But yeah, she's adorable. Yeah, best companion ever, Anyways, enough about my dog and back to technical analysis. Sorry about that. So yeah, we found support from September all the way to October, right? And it's a beautiful thing to see when we're seeing 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then the 5th week, finally, we break to the upside, and the 55 EMA ends up acting as just amazing, beautiful support. So who can argue with that we've found support here, okay? When we crossed over here with the fanning strategy of mine, you guys remember that? The 55 EMA fanning strategy with the 8, the 13, 21, and 55, when you can anticipate a fanning out like this one, for example, look at the reaction of what happened right around this particular section, right? People are allocating huge amounts of R units for their stop loss, but when this fan usually happens, it's a beautiful thing to see. Just as an example, if you guys haven't seen it before, okay, let me show you it. The first time that it happened, right here. The first time that it happened, like on a major bull run, was when this right here fanned to the downside. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Let me actually explain it to you in detail if you guys don't remember, okay? So in a bullish market, this is how it looks. You guys should honestly all know this already. Okay, that's how it's gonna look like. This one will be green. This one will be purple. So this one here will be orange. So what I'm getting to is this, okay? What I'm getting to is that whenever we are in a bullish market, it's gonna look like the one on the left. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to drag it and drop it. Okay, so it's gonna look like the one on the left, where it goes from here, that's the 8, this is the 13, that's the 21, that's the 55 exponential moving average. Okay, so when you're in a bull market, you're gonna see the 55 moving average supporting all of them. So what we'll end up seeing is this right here. We'll see this is the 55, that's the 21, that's the 13, that's the 8 moving average. See right here in a bull market, we see the yellow, right? The 55, the 21, the 13, and the 8. And then on the downside, it's opposite, right? Where it goes from the 55 on the top, like this here, and the orange, just like that, and then the purple, just like that, and the green, just like that. So on a bull market, or in a bull market, it goes from low to high, goes from 55, is supporting all of them, right? Think of it from low to high. So if you are supporting on a lower EMA, that's much more bullish, right? So then it goes from 55, 21, 13, and 8. But in a bear market, it goes the other way around. It goes from 55 at the top, and then 21, and then 13, and then 8, okay? So what I'm saying is this. Notice the first time here that it happened in December the 15th. Ooh, I gotta go, guys. I'll call you right back. I have a great call coming in. Sorry about that. I had a call from Connecticut. My friend always calls me and we chat quite a bit, so a lot of crypto friends that I've met, I'm very grateful for them. I hope to meet a lot of them one day. Actually, all of them. It's kind of cool how you can actually forge relationships and friendships with a lot of people online because of a commonality such as crypto, right? So I hope you guys are also finding a lot of pleasure and a lot of, just companionship in one way or another online with crypto, because it can be a very boring road if you're traveling it alone, right? So back to what I was saying. The first time that this happened was right here. And it was a beautiful thing. Notice how whenever it stays on a higher EMA and it bounces off of that, that means that it's more bullish. And if we notice from 2016, the 21 moving average was extremely bullish. Check this out. Bounce off of there, bounce off of there, bounce, bounce. Touches it here with a wick. Pokes through there with just a wick as well. Right there, again, okay? And then of course we got to the point where it could not simply sustain above the 21 exponential moving average and more. So it gets into this little cross section between the 21 moving average, right, and the 55. And when it squeezes, right, first look, it's a little bit bigger, right? It gets big from here. And then notice here, it's a lot smaller. And it gets even smaller as it gets closer to just kind of reaching what I would call an apex or sandwich between some EMAs. And then eventually gets to a point where it squeezes to one side or the other. It's either going to break, think of it like this. The best way to think of it is like an elastic band. It's going to snap. Think of all of these exponential moving averages as an elastic band where it can go one way or the other, right? And think of it like the candles are elastic band, and it's going to snap back to it eventually one way or the other. Whether it's on the downside, it'll snap back up. Whether it's on the upside, it'll snap back up, okay, as well. So then what we see now is that it's staying right at the 55 EMA, right? And then goes to the downside, and it tries to go up. And this candle right there was simply the candle that says that the bulls are trying to push up the price, but the bears have just simply rejected them, which was kind of sad to see. And that's what the wick symbolizes. Okay, let me just have a sip of water here. I'm getting very, very like under the weather again. Sorry about that. So now we look at here, bulls are rejected, and then of course we break to the downside. Now I have a very significant thing to bring up, and this is why I'm talking about it, of course, is that every time we go one way or the other, something happens significantly, right? For example, when we broke above this 55 EMA, look how much we broke above it. And then when we broke below it, look how much we broke below it. We dropped 50%. And now we are finally sustaining above this 55 EMA again. And based on history, from what I know, what I see, that you just simply cannot argue with, because the fact is right here. And unless someone can refute this, it's impossible to not be able to claim this statement that I'm about to make. And the statement is simple, and it's this: that every time we have crossed above the 55 moving average, it's done something insane. Move down or move up. It doesn't just hover there for a long time. Well, it did here, sure. It did for like 160 days. But then when it finally does something, and it's convicted of a way, it's got a clear determination of which way it will eventually path. And here, clearly went up, it passed. Here, it clearly went down in this section. So the big question is, are we in a bull market? And my answer to you is this, is yes, we are trying to make these impulse attempts going to the upside. Now, will it happen? Right? Will we actually break to the upside? I don't know. But what I do know is that all the facts right now are pointing to a potential short-term to medium-term bull run. And I say this because of just how it's breaking to the upside and staying well above this 55 EMA that was tested with much severity. It was tested almost not even impulsively as well. It was tested with conviction. It was tried, true, and tested. And it is a fact right now that this moving average held for 4 or 5 weeks straight. 35 days it held. And that, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is a very strong contender for the argument of, are we in a bull market? When you're bouncing on weekly above the 55 EMA for 35 days straight, it's a very significant point that must be respected. Because of that, I definitely have a bullish, not neutral to bullish, but a bullish bias sentiment right now for short term and most likely medium term till December the 17th. That's my official date. Why am I saying December the 17th? You guys should know, right? But I'll gladly repeat it. December 17, 2018 marked the official day that the bull market ended. And then in 2018, a year later, December 17 was also the exact same day that the bull market began. Do you get what I'm saying? So, 1 year, the bull market ends on December the 17th. The next year, which was just last year, it starts on December the 17th. So is it going to alternate, and are we going to have a beautiful rally till December 17th? Or perhaps one may start on December the 17th. So let's walk down the line and see what else we can conjure up right now. Take a look at the 3-day moving average on the 200. Not only do you see it break above the 200 consistently, but you're also seeing it stay well above the 55 as well. So we're finding some incredible support right here. Also on the 3-day, hey, we're taking to the upside right now, positively on the histogram. We have found a double type of bottom right here on the R side. And to me, that is very significant. We're finding it pretty much both of them at 35. One R side off. I'd say that's significant, right? Always gotta respect where the respect is due, in my opinion. Okay. So then you go down to the 2-day, and we're curving to the upside. But will this be a very short-lived type of curvature, and we go back to the downside? Okay, that's really important to ask as well, in my opinion. You always want to try to find ways to minimize your risk in general, right? You just want to be more certain to find those confluent reasons to see just in general which way it's going to go more than the other. If you guys take a look right here, notice that this is a higher low than that low right there. Okay. Well, the price right here, it's a lower low though. So right here, this is basically your right. I know that it did end up just spiking upwards, but if you look on the daily, it was just gaining strength. I've been calling it for a really long time now. Just gaining an immense amount of strength going to the upside. I don't think that this is even going to come down to the negative side again, to be honest. I think it's just going to curve to the upside like that. Okay. And I'm look on the daily here as well. Okay. Let me just show you guys one thing here. I forgot which one I found it on. Is it the daily? Yeah, it's the daily. Okay. So here, it looked very much so like this was gonna happen. Okay. Like it looked like it was gonna do this. Right. Okay. Let's just pretend that this section doesn't exist. Can we just pretend that for a moment? This whole section, I'm just gonna make it red. Just to pretend it literally doesn't exist at all, okay? Like that. I'm just going to do that. Just pretend it doesn't exist. Simple as that. And let's just say the white one ended up acting like we thought it was going to go, like that. And then also the daily looked like it was just going to curve to the downside, right? I should take away this red. It's very obnoxious. So let's just pretend that this ended up happening instead. Okay? Just like that. What this means is that this would have been a death cross, which means that now the 55 moving average is actually below the 200 now. In a bull market, what you'll notice is that the white line, the 200 exponential moving average, is always below and it's supporting all of it. It goes 200, 55, 21, 13, 8. Those are my EMAs. But of course, in a bear market, it would be the opposite, where the 200 is at the top. And when that happens, that changeover happens, we call it a death cross. A death cross is very significant because it can mark the end of a bull market, right? Look here. Just to give you guys an example of when death crosses happen. Right here, okay? Right there. Look at that bad boy. Like it happened here the first time. He tried to break above it again, but notice now the 200 is officially death crossed right here, okay, in this section. It's a very scary thing. And whenever this happens, there's always some significant move one way or the other, right? It could be that when this 200 moving average ends up resisting all of it, the bulls could just break to the upside and be like, no, almost, that was close. But I think we're just going to shoot it right back down, right? Or right back up, rather. So see right here, this is the golden crossover that happened in May of 2019. And when this happens, investors, long-term hodlers, they're going to be very interested in buying to take a look at price points after this cross has happened. But what I'm getting to is this, okay? What I'm getting to is this almost happened, as you've noticed, the death cross. But instead of death crossing, right, when this golden crossover happened in May, right, it's inevitable that the bears are eventually going to try to death cross it. But it didn't actually happen. We just ended up going up and up and up and up, right, instead, right? So it was really close when we almost death crossed. But the bulls came in to save the day, and they literally just skyrocketed it back up to prevent this death cross. Because if it did happen, it would completely change the sentiment. And people would most likely just change from bull to bear. They end up shorting or they end up selling off, etc., right? But I'm really glad that the psychology of this maintaining the golden crossover since May is very significant to traders, in my opinion. I think, once again, that this is just going to curve down a little bit, and we're just going to go to the upside. If you have not seen my video yet, the previous one, watch it. It's a roadmap to $13.7 thousand. If this right here holds true to what I'm thinking, I think that we're going to get to it before December the 17th. Now that's just my opinion, okay? The 12 hour is one of the most beautiful things I have seen. The 12 hour right here is tried to break below, but for 3 days now we're holding above the 200 moving average, which is very significant in my opinion as well. But the most significant thing that I want to point out for you folks is this. Let's say first of all I go to 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart's representable. Okay, so now I do this. Check that out. Okay, is that beautiful? The way it looks. Here's obviously, the point of resistance starts there. Try to break it. Maybe you can say attempted there, close, attempted there, and here it finally did it. And what was recently a support will turn to resistance. It's going to be retested. What was recently a resistance turns to support. Right? So I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I said the exact same thing. I meant to say every resistance turns to support, and every support turns to a resistance. So in this case, this resistance ended up turning to a support, and check out what ended up happening. We ended up breaking really high up to the upside, right? And we're talking like from here, we're talking 8,900-ish, all the way up to 9,500-ish, right? $600 about. And we broke to the upside, smashed through this resistance, and then we tested the resistance as now a support, and surely enough we broke to the upside, right? That's significant in my opinion. But the most significant thing I still want to talk to you about is this right here, the golden crossover on a 6 hour time frame. Because on a 6 hour time frame, we can clearly see that for the past about 3 days it's been holding well above the 21 moving average. And in my opinion, when that happens, it can very much so draw near to a golden crossover. And if this golden crossover happens, it'll look something like that. Let me show you. 200, actually the yellow one, something like that. And then the white one just goes right through like that. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. Like that. Does that make sense, guys? Yellow goes to the upside, and then the 200 moving average ends up supporting it on the downside. So this is significant because this could happen tomorrow, or the next, before November the 3rd, I'm guessing, before the 4th. Just doing the calculations in my head. So that's significant in my opinion, right? And guys, if we actually end up breaking to the upside, and this bullish sentiment holds true of mine, my target is still $13.7 thousand. I know it might sound absurd, but I'm just going based off of the proof. You guys know that I don't trade or do technical analysis based on how I feel, right? I always do it simply just based on what I see and the proof in the pudding. Sorry, I turned off the music there because I got call coming in, or had a call coming in earlier there. So, and anyways, guys, so my target on the bullish side, it holds true. Okay, it holds true right now to 13,700. Okay, and on the bear side, my support actually ended up getting higher now. Okay, I think that we're gonna now stay above, I think, even 8,600. Because I'm thinking of this particular region right here, of the 200 moving average, right? Just whatever region there, this region just tends to be like right at like 8,700 almost, right? So if I'm thinking a wick, well, yeah, maybe a wick will come down to like 8,400 or something like that, but probably not by that much, right? Just a small wick to break below to the downside of the 200 moving average. And if we hold above 85, 8,600-ish, I'm going to definitely be very bullish towards $13.7 thousand. But if, guys, sentiment still holds true, that if we break above that, I'm going to probably end up not being as bullish, okay? If this golden crossover doesn't happen, and we actually, on the bearish side now, we're talking about, and we break below, say, 8,800, or 8,900 rather, which is kind of this section right there. If we break below that, then my bear side might, my perma bull status, you can say, is definitely going to change bias really quickly. So if we break below here, which is 8888, about right, 8,800, we'll say 8,900 roughly, you can bank on the fact that we're going to test this lower region that was acting as a support before. So then if we break below 8800, you can bank on the fact that we might even get, to 85 to 87ish again. And then if that last place ends up failing, which is kind of right here, right? So the first support is right here that I'm talking about. Right around there. I'm going to make this a little bit thinner. Right around here, right? If that holds, though it does not hold rather, right there, right? That's 8800. Then we're going to definitely see a drop, or 8880 rather. We're going to see a drop to this particular region over here where there was volume, and it's held true for a while there for a good solid, in this region, 26 days total. So then if 8880 doesn't hold, you could see a drop to between 8500 and 8650 or something like that, okay? And if that doesn't hold, guys, we're just going to play it by Fibonacci levels and just go from here, okay? So then if I also just take a cross section, right, going to the upside, you can easily see what may or may not hold as well. This is based on slight supports to the downside. So in my opinion, this is obviously going to hold some sort, right? You look at a higher time frame, this is probably just one ugly wick, to be quite honest, right? If I go, like, for example, like 3-day, this is how this looks. Nope, it didn't show anything. There you go. If you go just like a weekly, right, you can see that my line there is basically coinciding there with the 200 or the 55 moving average. So the lowest we can go, in my opinion, is about right around the 55 moving average on the weekly, which could get us to a low of 84 maybe, at the low 84 at the lowest, right? And I kid you guys not that if we break below this 55 moving average and just the simple line of mine right here, man, I don't think that we're going to be that bullish anymore, right? So there's a lot of support zones that we can see confluently. One was, of course, the 55 moving average that we've discussed, right? And we go to 6-hour chart as well. We can also see this golden crossover potentially happening. So it's clearly a support region as well. And then we're just walking down the line, right? And we see that this is a support region as well. So to summarize very quickly for the end of this video, because it is getting long, I think. I could talk all day about crypto. Not only that, I want to go take this little girl for a walk. Are you getting cranky, Luna? You are, right? She can sleep on me all day and night, and she puts her head on my arm. It's actually adorable. Yeah, so to summarize quickly, we better find support at 88-ish. If we don't, see you guys down below to 85 to 8700 range. And if that does not hold, then the lowest I think will go is maybe, the low side 82-ish, 83-ish, something like that. So we're finding so many different support zones. If we hold here at this particular level and that breakout does happen that I'm expecting, you can clearly see it as well. You can clearly see that the 13.7K was a very viable target, and I think that's where it could get up to. So anyways, you guys have my bullish and my bearish and my doggish count. You want to say hi to the camera, Luna, before we go? Do you want to say hi? You know what? You guys haven't seen her for a while. I know that you guys are. So by the way, this is now the end of the video. I'm just going to talk randomly about Luna and just random things for a minute. It's kind of what I do at the end of the video, right? You guys are kind of my therapy sometimes. So thank you very much for joining me for this technical analysis. And once again, if you guys are interested in the course, let me know, right? If it's something that's not too crazy, like if it's not affordable or anything and you guys are looking for a deal, maybe just talk to me about it. I think I'm very reasonable, and the ultimate goal is to help people, right? And if you're paying by crypto as well, you're definitely going to get a deal to not have to go through Udemy, which I'm not really a fan of anymore, and I'll have my own private site soon because Udemy has changed a lot in the past few months, put it that way, and I'm not a fan of them anymore. And yeah, if you guys are thinking of picking up some of the merch, please do. Your kids will love it, your girlfriend will love it, it's so soft, your boyfriend will love it. It's something you're going to keep for a while. So yeah, so thanks once again for joining me, guys. And as for me, it was awesome. I'm going to Fleetwood Mac, guys. I'm super excited to go, actually, okay? I'll show you guys a really old photo. Now, not really old, but it was just for my birthday back in September. This girl, she gives me a call. Known her for about 6 months now. Only friends, just to be clear. And yeah, it was kind of cool. She took me out for my birthday, right? Amazing girl, great head, a pair of, or a head on her shoulders. You know, she's very conducive to a positive, you know, just positive, sorry, a positive lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's not crazy about like everyone I used to date before, just drinking and partying and stuff like that. And yeah, so I went to reciprocate the favor or the generosity of hers and for spending time with me on my birthday. She came over, started decorating my whole place before everyone got there. It was like the sweetest thing ever. So I got her Fleetwood Mac tickets. So we're gonna go on right on her birthday. So it was kind of awesome. And yesterday was one of the funniest days of my life I've ever had. We were just hanging out till like early morning, just chatting till the sun comes up. Luna, you okay? And yeah, we could talk for like an hour. And I kid you not, okay? She stepped over for the first time, and we're just friends once again, right? And she's sleeping on the sofa. I'm like, girl, go sleep in my bed. Like, I always give it up to people. I'm just a hygiene freak, super clean place. And she sleeps there, right? And I just sleep on the sofa. I wake up later, and I'm creeping around, like, you know, quietly because I didn't want to wake her up, right? And I go and I can't find my glasses. For some reason, I thought I left them outside. And then all of a sudden I see my car parked in front of my house. Usually it's parked at my neighbor's now because of all the trees. So I'm wondering to myself, did I actually park here? I don't remember. And then the funniest part was there were two sets of wheels, right? Two sets of wheels on, like, leaned up against my door. And I was so sure that I let my friend hold on to it. So I asked him, he's like, oh yeah, I dropped by, like, you know, he was over yesterday. He actually dropped them off and I had no idea. And or I barely remember that, right? And it was just like hilarious. And I'm looking for my glasses still. And I go back inside and I find them. And I'm really quiet because I think I have company, right? This is like 15-20 minutes later of trying to find my glasses. And I'm just being super respectful. And then I put my glasses on and I look over at the bed. I kid you not, no one was here, right? No one was even here. And I broke down laughing because I was trying so hard to be quiet. I kid you not, if I take off my glasses, I'm blind. Can't even see a meter in front of me, and if you were in front of me, you would look like everybody else, just a big blob. So it was hilarious. And then I drove to Steinbach to Lorette to install my set of wheels for winter, right? So it was kind of cool there. And I was extremely busy for the past few days, so I apologize for not getting many more videos out. So anyways, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with me, and yeah, next week I'm very, very busy with Fleetwood Mac. I'm gonna go into that, of course. Probably won't be working that day because it's her birthday, and I'm gonna be with my friend all day. And then on Saturday, I've got a really huge birthday party to go to, and yeah, it's actually one of my best, like, really close friends. Like his girlfriend, it's her birthday, so we're gonna have an amazing time. So yeah, anyways, I just want to just talk a little bit about me, just in case you guys are curious about what's going on in my life, etc. as well. So have yourselves a great night. Thank you very much for watching this video. Luna, do you want to say bye? Why are you biting me? Why are you biting me, Luna? I'm your dad. I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. Okay, have yourselves a great night, guys, and take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.